Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Retro Warriors episode 570. Woo! As always, I'm your host, Justin Baker, and as always, I'm joined by viable human Chris Saturn.
Hi, Justin.
Hi, Saturn. We're only 30 episodes away from 600.
Yeah.
600 episodes. Oh, man, what are we going to do for episode 666?
We're also real close to 11 years.
Oh, my God.
I think that's next week.
It's been a minute. Have we
Yeah.
covered every video game yet? Do they
That's all
still
of
make
them,
them?
yeah.
Is that the
No,
problem? They're still
they
making
can't
them?
possibly still make them.
I highly doubt it. Like,
They
there's-
must have ran out of ideas years ago. They already did time traveling with a frog,
yeah.
and
They did
and
Man Kills Demons in Space. Brooklyn Plumber Jumps Through Pipes.
they did at least 2 games with dinosaurs.
They did Blonde Goku Fights an Angel.
Yeah.
That's it. That's going to be it.
They
There's
did
no more.
brunette Goku like 12 times in the Dragon Quest series.
There you
So
go.
we're done.
There you go. My week.
Yes, sir.
Still packed away a little bit of Elden Ring. I don't know if I'm losing steam on it or just getting distracted. It's not like I'm enjoying it less. It's still very much a fun game. My kid keeps wanting to play it,
Yeah.
and I used a glitch to get like stupid levels, so it's not. It's still really hard, but it's not like
Right.
how does anyone do this hard? It's just like this is hard.
Yeah.
And still kind of pecking away at Pokemon Crystal Clear. I've gotten 8 out of 16 gym badges because the second generation Pokemon games include both the new Johto region and the original Kanto region.
Yeah.
And still really enjoying Crystal Clear, like a lot.
Nice.
I've been getting into a thing I never thought I'd get into, which is shiny hunting. For people that don't know, there's a 1 in like 8,190 something chance that a Pokemon you run into is shiny, which doesn't do anything, but they're a slightly different color.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so instead of being like a green Pokemon, it'll be a yellow Pokemon.
Hmm.
And in when they come out, there's a little sparkle.
Oh. Do they
So-
sound different?
No, they sound the same.
I see.
It's the same.
Perform the same?
It's all the same. But in Pokemon Crystal Clear, it has a system to help you do shiny hunting, which kind of is facilitating. Because like normally it's like you just sit
Hope
there and
that one shows up.
yeah, you farm an area and you reset the game every time you don't get the one that you want, and it's so tedious. I know some people love that stuff, and that's cool. But it's cool to get to engage with it with a game that's like, oh, we understand that players want to do this. Let's put in systems that facilitate doing it. That's in not a shitty, annoying way.
Yeah.
And so it has a chain system where it does re-rolls. So after every like however many of a specific one Pokemon that you KO, as long as you don't KO any other Pokemon, it starts building these chains and tracking it. And the higher your chain, the higher likelihood you run into that Pokemon. But also you get re-rolls. So whenever the Pokemon shows up, so in second generation, the stats determine if it's shiny. It's like if 2 specific stats are like, or 2 or 3 stats are like all 15s or something, or all 10s or whatever.
Makes sense.
And so whenever the Pokemon shows up, it'll roll the stats however many times you have re-rolls for, and you can get up to like 10 re-rolls. And it'll also greatly increase the chance that you run into the same Pokemon, so you can actually shiny hunt Pokemon that are like 1% appearance rate by finding one, KOing it, and then finding a few more, and it kind of snowballs. It still takes a really long time. So far, I've found 2 shiny Pokemon, and they were both Rattatas, which is a pretty common Pokemon.
Yeah.
So common that even Saturn snorted had it. But it's been cool. It's a cool system. Like it just reminds me how fucking tone deaf Game Freak is with Pokemon.
How so?
Just like the shiny hunting is a thing. Put it into your games. Put systems into your games. Like it, you know what I mean?
They
Like
don't want to make it easy. They just want
it's
to make
not
it obtuse.
It's not fucking easy. It's just like a thing that is facilitated, and I don't know. It just annoys me.
Yeah.
I'm like, they put these like this is a system that exists in the game already.
Right.
And they're like, should we address it in any way or build any systems around it or encourage people to interact with it? Nah, don't fucking do any of that shit. Just slap it in there and have someone be like, why is my Magikarp yellow? And then some other kid being like, I don't know, that's dumb. Delete it. Like.
Throw it away.
But it's been fun. I've moved from the Kanto region into the Johto region. I got most of my HMs so I can fly around wherever I want. I'm just getting to kind of do the fun, farmy, grindy side of Pokemon, but more facilitated and with support from a game that seems to encourage you doing that.
Right.
And it's real fun. It's been a real fun time. Still greatly enjoying it. Still very much recommend Pokemon Crystal Clear. And I set up Sync Thing to sync my Mii Mini Plus and my RG35XXSP so I can move back and forth between the devices depending on if I want clicky buttons or squishy buttons that day.
Nice.
So, because these are the choices that matter in life.
Yeah.
Clicky or squishy. How could you decide?
Well, that is a conversation I will also be talking about.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, what have you been up to, Saturn?
So I got a Lenovo G02 handheld.
Yes, that random Chinese emulation handheld with Lenovo's branding that we reported on recently. Yes.
Right. The one that they don't know how all these pirated ROMs got on.
Right.
So first, I would say that it arrived very quickly. I'll give them credit for that.
Now, did you get it from their AliExpress store?
Yeah, I got it from AliExpress.
Okay. Do you still have to pay tariff fees on that?
No, I didn't have to.
Okay, I was just wondering. A while back, I had to quit using it because there's crazy fees.
Oh yeah, if there was, it was factored into the price already, so I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
And it's been delisted since then. Lenovo has asked them to stop selling it to people in the West.
Oh no, you got one of the most limited production Lenovo devices ever, Saturn.
No, people figured out how to get around it. It's just that you'd have to sell it in bulk now. So as long
now
as
it's just going to be on fucking Amazon?
10 of them, yeah. So anyway, first of all, the packaging is very premium. It feels like Lenovo packaging. Like it's, it doesn't quite feel like a ThinkPad packaging, but I would say it's comparable to like a new Samsung Galaxy or a new Pixel packaging.
Okay.
As far as like the actual box and everything comes in, it's nicely laminated. It's got good Lenovo branding on it. It's got all the like the printing on it has that nice texture to it that you normally get on a nice.
So hopes were
box.
high from the box.
So, this is all the nice things I'm going to have to say about it. We're done with the good part of this. No, it's not terrible. It is clearly a cheapy knockoff device. Like the plastic itself feels pretty cheap. I saw one review online that said it feels like something that would be in a Happy Meal toy. It's not that bad. It's close, but it's not that bad. It is pretty cheap though. The rear, I would say shoulder buttons, but they're not. The rear buttons, that's where my biggest problem is because they both click down and also in. You can do either one.
Oh.
Which means if you set it down on any flat surface, it will press all four of them at once.
Oh.
Because they're pretty sensitive. Other than that, the rest of the inputs are honestly fine.
Yeah.
Like they've got a good amount of click, but they're not so clicky. Like they're not micro switches. They're proper levels of click. The D-pad feels bad, but it functions well.
Okay.
Like I don't like the texture to it at all, but actually in game, like I've not had any misaligned directions, which makes it automatically better than the $90 Switch 2 Pro controller.
There you go. Yeah. It's not hard to beat Nintendo ergonomics these days.
Right.
For whatever fucking reason.
Yeah. But I do have to talk about the software on it.
I'm so excited because here's the thing. I use handheld emulation devices all the time. I've been really enjoying...
I haven't. So this is new to me.
I've been really enjoying my RG35XX for Crystal Clear because it's got full RTC support and the ROM hack will change the RTC on the fly. So it's been great, or the time in the game on the fly. But I don't use or recommend any handheld emulation devices that aren't running custom firmware. Like both the ones I use, the Mii and the RG, are both on custom firmwares because all the stock firmwares are so fucking bad. So I'm so curious.
So I've been told that this is a clone of an existing device. I don't remember which one it is.
What's the name of this Lenovo?
Lenovo G02 is what this is called. They say it's a clone of an R36S, whatever that is.
Okay. God, I forgot how ugly this handheld is.
So it's just running a little Rockchip ARM
Yeah,
processor.
it's a
in it.
pretty common one.
Yeah.
You didn't mention the legend on the buttons.
Oh, yeah. So it's just got Nintendo face buttons, and they're in Nintendo colors, but the buttons themselves are designed to look like Xbox buttons. But in Nintendo colors and Nintendo layout, which is weird.
It looks very strange. It looks like when I was working retail and people come in and ask for the Game Box 2. Like, this is what I imagine the Game Box 2 controller looks like.
This is what it would be. I think the thing that bugs me the most about it physically is it's got this big ass honking RGB button in the center, just above the select and start buttons, and it turns on an RGB light around the analog stick.
Why?
And pressing it again just cycles through all the different light combinations. So you have to press it like an extra 20 times to turn
keyboard.
it off.
Yeah.
It sucks. Anyway, so it runs the software that's EmuElec ES, which is just a branded emulation station on top of a Linux kernel.
I feel like I've heard of this.
But the problem is the OS is installed to internal EEPROM.
Oh, no. Why?
And the micro SD card just has ROMs on it. So you can't touch the OS.
Fucking why?
Now, a lot of people online are saying that they were able to rip the OS, so presumably there's some way to get to the data. So
yeah,
I'm
you can just put you can just put an EEPROM reader on it, like you can dump it off there.
So people got to the OS and discovered that not only is it just a rebranded R36S, but they still found data about the R36S in its firmware.
I'm trying to look up the R36S. I was trying to figure out who made it, and it just says Game Console R36S. Which, first of all, has 2 analog sticks, not the one.
Yeah, that's true. That one has 2. This one only has 1.
But it does have the same fucking buttons. And to their credit, is on Retro Catalog is listed as a top pick. So
yeah. So it's a strange handheld, but I do want to talk about all these ROMs that Lenovo doesn't know how they got on there. Because what a weird fucking selection of games.
All right.
So it's got 2 different NES categories. It's got Family Computer and FC35, which, for the record, the 35th anniversary of the Famicom was many years ago.
It was, yes.
So I don't know why it's called FC35, but there's also Super Famicom and SFC are categories.
Okay.
And then it's got Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, which that at least makes sense. And Neo Geo Pocket Color and Mega Drive and PC Engine. It's got a handful of things. It's also got some PSP games on it and some Dreamcast games on it.
Yeah, they usually include a few. Usually it's like God of War Chains of Olympus and
what I found strange about the PS1 selection is it's got a handful of games. It's got Crash 3, and then a whole bunch of games S on. Like, it skips every letter in the alphabet from C to S.
Yeah.
And then it's got a whole bunch of them after that.
Yes.
And then it's got a lot of ROM hacks.
Oh, really?
A lot of ROM hacks.
Here's the thing, like the Anbernic devices that I have and stuff, like, they come with like pretty good no intro ROM sets. They're organized weird and stuff, but if you actually check the hashes on them, they're like legit ROMs.
It's got all the Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy games, but only fan translations into Chinese.
Why? You kept these ROMs, right? You didn't delete these, did you?
I absolutely backed this up. I kept an archive of this image. Also, it's got the Super Mario Brothers fuck hack.
Okay.
Which I had never heard of, but it certainly felt like something from late 90s internet because it starts you immediately in Super Mario Brothers 1 in a modified level 8-4 that you can't move past the second screen, but Peach is already there, and also Mario is hanging dong.
Excuse me?
And if you grab a super mushroom, his dong gets bigger, and if you duck, you can teabag Peach.
His dick is out?
His dick is out the whole fucking time. He's butt naked. He's even got little Mario nipples.
You gotta send me these fucking ROMs.
Yeah, I'll send you over the ROM. I also found the Dragon Warrior fuck hack.
What?
Which is just Dragon Warrior 1 with like the maps changed to where there's like basically no boundaries. You just walk wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You can immediately walk to Charlotte Castle and go fight Dragon Lord if you want. except for all the dialogue has been changed as if it was written by a 13-year-old in 1998 with everything that implies. There are words in this game I will not say on this podcast.
Now, I'm excited because I've been wanting to do a Chinese ROM hack episode for a while, and these will go right. This is good fodder.
So it's weird. It's got a combination of like early internet ROM hacks that I remember seeing on websites in the late 90s.
Which is weird because like good emulation handles, they don't ship with that shit anymore. Like
that's what it is.
Weird.
So it's got a bunch of these like late 90s weird ROM hacks that I remember seeing on like Zophar's Domain and shit.
Right.
And then it's also got a ton of those bootleg Hong Kong market games ripped and put on here. And so like when you go to the Famicom section, all the games are numbered for some reason, presumably to keep them in the order that they wanted them.
Yeah.
And so like games 00001 through 00010 are just Mario 1 through 10.
Wait a minute.
And my first thought was, I don't think there's 10 Marios on this system. So I had to try out what all these were.
Right.
And one of them is a pretty competent demake of Super Mario World.
Really?
Impressed by that one. And 3 of them are just other games where somebody replaced the sprite with Mario. And then right after those was Mario Fuck Hack, so that you could see Mario's dong.
What I'm curious about is I was researching these like weird off-brand ROM hacks a while back, and a lot of them have like wikis and stuff, and you can like look up like where Super Mario Fuck came from.
Oh, I do want to know where that came from.
Don't Google that, by the way. Just throw that out there.
Where did Mario's dick come from?
Throw that out there.
No, it's just a bizarre collection of games. I've been playing through a Chocobo skinned Dragon Warrior 1 ROM hack on it.
All right.
Pretty neat. So I'd gotten all of my games off of my RetroPie, and I got them together on a SD card to put in here. The problem is, one, my RetroPie's SD card is partially corrupted.
Oh, no.
And so all of my metadata is gone, and all of my images are gone.
Oh, so you got to re-scrape it all.
So I got to re-scrape it all. And so my thought was, this thing's running an emulation station. It has a Wi-Fi connection on it.
Oh, no.
I'll just do that. It does not have a scraper.
No, yeah, you gotta use Skyscraper on the back end. You got SSH in.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
so
this one doesn't have Wi-Fi, does it?
it does have Wi-Fi,
It does.
but it does not have SSH enabled.
Oh.
Mhm.
And you can't get to the OS. So the problem is, if the OS is on the EEPROM, the only way to flash it is to get an EEPROM reader.
Well, it's also got an OTG port in addition to its charging port.
Oh. Okay.
So I could plug a keyboard and mouse into it, and they work.
Okay.
I don't know what I can do from there, but
Yeah.
I bet there's some way to exit emulation station.
There's gotta be.
But
I'm so upset I didn't make time to come to your house and look at this fuck. I just assumed you'd be like, yeah, it's an emulation thing, it's got a bunch of run, whatever. I was not expecting the level of fuckery going on.
Oh, there's some fuckery here. This is such a weird fucking device in every possible way. But the thing is, so I connected it to my Wi-Fi, which I probably shouldn't have. That was probably dangerous. Anyway, I connected it to my Wi-Fi. I connected my guest Wi-Fi. And
Smart.
And my thought was, I'll just scrape ROMs on it. You can't, because it doesn't have a scraper. But now every time that I power it up, it tells me there's a new version of Emulec ES available, but there's no way to download it because they expect you to just put it on the OSSD card.
Okay.
But this device doesn't have an OSSD card, so I can't do that. But the people who make Emulec ES, they don't make this device, so they don't know that.
No.
But yeah, it's very strange. Everything about this thing is strange. It came with a collection of MP3s to play in the background that are mostly Yuzo Koshiro tracks, which that's nice.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are mislabeled. Like one of them is labeled N64DD, and it's the Bubble Bobble theme.
A famous N64 game, Bubble Bobble.
Yeah. Just everything about this thing is so bizarre. This feels like something that you would have bought off of like a cart at the mall.
I was going to say this feels like
a
2009 mall kiosk device.
Yeah. But there's I just powered it on. So this is a default SD card back in it just to look at it. Also, the first time I put this default SD card in my computer to archive it, I went to Gparted.
You got every virus in the world immediately.
yeah, every virus. I went into Gparted just to see what format the SD card was in, and it immediately said, "Hey, you have data outside of the writable space on this card." And I was like, I know that's exactly what they did. So it's a quote 64 gigabyte SD card,
Yeah.
with a 48 gigabyte partition on what Gparted thinks is 32 gigabytes of space.
This is because here's the thing. The thing. You want to release a Chinese emulation handheld device in 2026? You have so many companies that will white label that for you. So fucking many. You've got like Game Kitty and Amber Nick and the Miyu people and Pow Kitty. There's so many of them.
Or you've got that guy's van.
The idea that Lenovo went through the shittiest fucking possible. Like, what?
Okay, so another thing I forgot to mention that actually is good, the screen. It's a nice quality. It's an LCD. It's not an OLED or anything, but it is a nice quality LCD that runs at 1024 by 768.
Okay.
With what appears to me, anyway, to be a good refresh rate. And when you first power it on, the BIOS screen has a high-resolution Lenovo logo, just like it's one of their laptops.
The like red and white logo?
Before it then dumps into this shit.
This is fucking
and the first thing you
amazing.
see is Capcom PS1 system, and it's, CPS1 ROMs.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's 28 CPS1 games, 36 CPS2, 358 PC Engine games, 1456 family computer games, and then 7742 FC35 games. Just random fucking collections that are way larger than the actual libraries of these things because of how many ROM hacks are on here.
This is a disaster.
It's hilarious. It has been just the delight of my week to dig through this and see what kind of a train wreck I'm going to find next.
God damn.
So awful.
Amazing that in the golden age of Chinese emulation handhelds, Lenovo found a way. They found a
to
way.
Impress.
Yeah, they found who was stocking mall kiosks in 2009, and they're like, these are the people.
Yeah, these are the ones we want. These.
Yeah, we're gonna give our logo to these people. I kind of wonder.
I did get the fancy black and red combo one.
I did see that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, they didn't have clear, so
I didn't want clear.
Choose your battles. I was sitting there setting up sync thing on my devices earlier, and I had my RG35 out, and I had my Miu Mini Plus and my regular Miu Mini all sitting there, and they were all that translucent plastic. It made me think of that one webcomic of that guy, and it's like all the humans are in chains, and they've been enslaved by these robot overlords, and one of the robots, it's like, Terminator looking, and one of them's got like see-through purple skeleton, and one of the like human slaves, human cattle being like carried away to die or whatever. It's like, yeah, but that translucent purple looks so sick, right? I don't remember who made that. It was such a good comic. Oh god, who did that? I don't know.
Atomic Purple Terminator.
Let's do the news.
Okay.
Donkey Kong 64 unfortunately added to Nintendo Switch Online Plus Plus. Yay!
I wonder if they censored it.
Censored what?
The opening theme, the Donkey Kong rap on the original N64 game called him one hell of a guy.
Oh.
And when they put that song in Smash Brothers on GameCube, they changed it to one heck of a guy. So I wonder if they went back and revised it for NSO.
I bet not.
Probably not.
I bet not. But
so,
yeah,
there
there you
still
go.
get an E rating.
You can play
or an
Donkey Kong
E10
64 if you fucking want.
if you hate yourself.
Yeah. Harbor Masters, the team behind multiple PC recompilations of N64 titles, has dropped the 64 from their name and will begin working on other platforms. First announced title is Zelda Twilight Princess, the GameCube version. This is exciting because they've done some really good shit.
Oh yeah, and another team had just announced their recompilation of Twilight Princess 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So now there's two competing Twilight Princess recompilations. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, very exciting though.
Yep.
Very exciting. PlayStack, the publisher of Balatro, is in the process of being acquired by Integrated Media Company.
Gross.
a division of Fort Worth-based TPG Capital, owner of One Fandom.
Mm-hmm.
Glad I got
Who, of course,
Blatro.
themselves also own GameSpot and
Yeah.
GameFAQs and all kinds of other things that they've ruined.
Glad I got my Blatro physical, so they cannot take
Right.
it away from me.
Seriously.
God, that's upsetting. Also, what a fucking garbage company name. Integrated Media Company.
Yeah.
Garbage ass company name. California Assembly passed the Protect Our Games Act. If signed into law, would require any games published after January 1st, 2027 to require offline considerations after shutdown.
Good.
Good indeed. Now, I've not looked into what those considerations would be required to be. I doubt they're much, but
No.
any movement in this space is
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
This is all huge.
Especially while these same assemblies are trying desperately to force age verification down our throats. At least they can do
Yes.
one good thing to us.
Yes. So glad to see it.
Yeah.
Asus and Microsoft announced the ROG Xbox Ally X20 20th anniversary bundle of an ROG Xbox Ally X and AR. I can't fucking read this. And AR glasses. No price listed yet. Presumably lots
I'm
of
expecting
price.
about $2,000.
God damn.
I'm
guessing-
the handheld itself is $1,000.
I'm
and that
guessing
was before any price raises.
This ROG Xbox thing's got to be selling well.
Has to be, yeah.
I've not looked at them. Man, they every time I see it, I'm like, that fucking didn't bomb immediately. Like people are buying that. Like I forget about it.
It's doing well enough.
ESA's annual report says at least 2/3 of all Americans play video games.
By
Now,
that
does
they mean Angry Birds, right?
Yeah, does this include Candy Crush? Because if so,
Probably, yeah. 'Cause they did mention mobile as one of the platforms, so.
True. In any case, that's cool. It's a cool statistic to see.
I don't think they're talking about the iOS port of Mega Man 2.
No.
I hope not, anyway. God.
Rumors point to the possibility of Sega licensing their name to a cheap, low-power handheld with cartridge support, which could
They
be
said
neat.
it'll probably be by At-Games.
God, please don't. But get the Evercade guys. They're over there fucking doing
They
cool
said
shit.
cheap low-power handheld.
Sega, why?
Maybe
First
they'll
you-
find whoever made this Lenovo.
You know what? I bet you this is where their super game money went.
Yeah.
They're gonna build. Yeah, I watch it literally just be the Genesis 3 again, and they sell it at Bed Bath and Beyond.
God.
It's just.
Didn't Bed Bath & Beyond go under?
Oh, did they?
Were they the ones that went under?
I don't
I
know.
think they did.
I haven't been to a Bed Bath & Beyond in fucking forever. No idea. That's gonna make the movie Click really confusing to future generations. They're not gonna get that the joke is it's the Beyond part of Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah.
They'll never know. I don't know, I was thinking about Click. Rumors point to the possibility of Sega. Oh, that's the same one. OmniDrive. Second show of the night. Give me a fucking break. OmniDrive, a firmware mod for certain Hitachi and LG Blu-ray drives, allow the drives to read Wii, GameCube, and Xbox 360 discs for easier ripping of ISOs, which is awesome.
Right?
Awesome to see.
Yeah. Bed Bath & Beyond went bankrupt in 2023.
Oh no, that place I don't ever go
They
to.
liquidated all their stores.
They turn them into liquid.
Yep.
Liquid.
What was that?
Which brings us to our topic at hand.
Was that a Pokemon named Liquid?
Which brings us to our topic at hand. Just Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yes.
Synopsis, a less than serious reminder that the 80s were just as much about rampant cocaine use as they were about ALF.
That's basically the two things the 80s were about, from my recollection.
I was only there for 2 years of the 80s, and I wasn't doing a lot of coke or watching a lot of ALF as an infant.
What were you doing then?
I don't know. Different kind of partying, I guess. I don't know.
Children's cocaine.
They used to have that a long time ago.
Yeah.
This was developed by Rockstar North, published by Rockstar Games. Japan release published by Capcom. Released on the PS2 in North America and PAL territories in 2002. Came out in Japan 2 years later. PC version came out a year later in North American, European, and Australian territories. And same year in Japan, being 2004. Came out on Xbox in the double pack with GTA. In 2003
GTA
North
3.
America, 2004 PAL, and 2004 Japan.
Mhm.
Got a Mac port in 2010, just a year or two later.
Yeah.
There's an iOS/Android version, came out in 2012, and there are, of course, the infamous definitive releases on modern consoles that came out in November of 2021.
Which was based on that prior iOS and Android port.
Yes. Also, Saturn put in a fun fact here.
I did.
Vice City took place 16 years prior to the release of the game, meaning that a modern take on Vice City would take place in the rose-tinted past of 2010.
Yep.
You feel old yet?
Oh, I felt old for years, man.
What the fuck? What would... God damn it. I hate you.
They be watching Marvel movies.
Gross.
Yeah.
God, what would it be like? It'd just feel like now, but slightly not as bad.
They'd be talking about Facebook.
I'm upset. I don't want to do this show. Let's just go to bed. I quit. I'm gonna go rethink my life.
Yeah.
What am I fucking doing here?
Yeah.
My first encounter, I played a ton of GTA 3. Now I didn't own it, my friend did. And it was my friend that, because my mom was a single mom with 2 kids, and so his mom would pick me up with him after school, and I would go to his house till my mom got off work around like 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Sure.
And so I was at his house every day, and of course, would spend weekends there and stay the night a lot and stuff. And he had Grand Theft Auto 3 and a PS2. I did not, but I played a huge amount of GTA 3 at his house. And for whatever reason, he got Vice City and was really into it, but I didn't play it. So I don't remember why. I was trying to think. 2002, I would have been 14. I don't know if it was like maybe we were fighting or maybe I was on, we moved or something for a little bit, or I don't know. But I did not play Vice City with him. And I didn't really ever play the game until now when it came out. I've listened to the soundtrack box set since I got it years and years ago.
Yeah.
But
Such a
never
good
really put time into Vice City for whatever reason.
I would like it noted that by 2010, all of GTA 4's DLC was out. So maybe the characters of our modern day retro Vice City would be playing GTA 4's DLC.
I don't like any of this. Upset. Stop it, Saturn.
Yeah. That's
Stop
where
it.
we are.
Stop it.
So I was working at a game store when Vice City came out. I was working at Electronics Boutique, and I remember like when GTA 3 came out, it was like we knew it was a thing, but it wasn't like that big of a deal. It was
Right. I mean, the previous
it was
GTAs were like moderately popular.
Yeah, we expected about as much traffic as we would get for like a new Tony Hawk game for GTA 3.
Yeah.
And for the first week or so, that's how it was until it sold out, and then people just started asking for it and asking for it and asking for it, and we couldn't keep it in stock. As soon as it would restock, it would immediately sell out. So by the time Vice City came out, we knew that it was going to be a thing. We had more pre-orders than we had ever had for any other game ever in the history of that store for Vice City. It was like 200 some pre-orders for that game. And we still didn't have firm release dates for games back then. If you got a game early, you sold it. There wasn't a street date. If it showed up early, you just sold it. And so we were told that we could get the game as early as 2 days before the scheduled release date. And so we were told, call all of your customers, tell them it will be there 2 days before, right before close. And so we started calling everybody and saying, we should have it at about 9:15 p.m. on this Monday or whatever day it was. And so people were showing up at 9 p.m. on that Monday. And I get a call from my DM saying, the flight is late. I have to go to the airport to pick it up. You guys are the closest to the airport. You will get it first. I'm telling everyone else to send their customers home.
Yeah.
And she was like, but if they want to tell somebody they can still get it, they can go to your store to get it. I'm like, you're sending more people here? She's like, yes, I'm sending more people to you. Like, great. There was probably about 350, 400 people.
Oh my God.
And she finally showed up at 12:15.
Oh my God.
Just after midnight with just a truck full of Vice City. And so she's just like wheeling boxes into the store. I'm trying to ring people up. It was a mess.
This is crazy. This is crazy shit. This kind of shit doesn't happen anymore.
No. But people stuck around. They were like, I'm getting my Vice City, man. and they did. I didn't get my copy for like 3 weeks.
I do find it, we did have one write-in on Patreon, and it was a pretty long story. They were very excited about it, but they did put in their write-in that they're very glad we're covering it. It's their favorite GTA, even though they don't think it's quite Saturn's cup of tea, which is funny because this is the only GTA that I've not really played, and you have.
Yeah, this is probably the only GTA that I have fond memories of. Like, this is the peak of the series for me.
Well, take us into development for Vice City.
So we already talked about the developer, Rockstar North, back in episodes 444 and 448. Apparently, we only did this company back to back then. But back then, they were still known as DMA Design. But quick refresher, the DMA Design, they're a Scottish studio founded in 1987, best known for Lemmings.
Heard of that, yep.
They got bored of pumping out sequels and spinoffs and map packs for Lemmings for 3 years, and they wanted to do something else. Their next big game was Unirally, which in the US we know as Uniracers, which was a moderate hit for Nintendo. And the success of that led to them working on more games with Nintendo that would go on to be N64 exclusives, Body Harvest and Space Station Silicon Valley.
One of those also got an episode from us.
Yeah, that was the other one. That was 448. And both of those ended up with such long and arduous development cycles that Nintendo dropped them and they had to be shopped around to other publishers. And in order to try to make some money during this, they started working on yet another game. And that was at the time known as Race and Chase, which was an overhead game where you could drive around in whatever car you found. And
Race and Chase is as good a name as what was the first Twisted Metal name?
Oh God, what was that?
Guns and Rockets or something?
Yeah, something stupid like that. That was good. It's almost as good as Sonic's ass game. We really knew how to name them back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the team were looking for a publisher for that game, for Race and Chase, and they ended up striking a deal with record label BMG, Bertelsmann Myers Group, I think is what that stands for. But they were a big record publisher at the time.
Yeah.
And the studio was just hemorrhaging money trying to make all these games at once. So they sold the rights to this game, which eventually became Grand Theft Auto, to BMG. So they no longer owned the rights to the franchise. They just developed it.
Yeah.
And then DMA themselves, since they were still desperate for money, were acquired by British publisher Gremlin Interactive in April 97, just to try to keep the doors open as they finished all of these games they were working on. GTA ended up being the first one out the door. They didn't think it was going to sell very well. It sold pretty well.
Yeah.
Not amazing, but pretty well. Well more than made its money back.
Yeah.
It's sold enough. It saved the studio. Take-Two Interactive was already in the process of buying BMG's software division, and in the process, they bought the rights to GTA, and they were so impressed with the sales of GTA that they wanted to buy the developer. So by this point, just a couple years later, Gremlin, who had just bought DMA Design, was already themselves bought by Infogrames, and so Take-Two negotiated with Infogrames to buy out DMA Design. Then GTA 2 also sold well. GTA 3 was, of course, that surprise success.
There's also that weird GTA British one.
Yeah, GTA London, which was
London.
It was the mission pack for GTA 1.
Yes.
And GTA 3 just really surprised everyone with how well it sold.
It was a cultural event as big as video game cultural events were back then, but it also sparked a lot of controversy, which helped it gain some attention.
Oh yeah. And because of the huge success of GTA 3, they renamed the studio to Rockstar North to better align with Rockstar Games, which was by then the division of Take-Two that was publishing the game series.
Yeah.
So that takes us to the development of this game.
Right.
So the development of Vice City itself took less than a year and occurred simultaneously with the PC port of GTA 3.
And you feel that in Vice City. It's very much like
GTA 3 Plus.
Hey, what if it was a little different like that?
Yeah. I did watch I saw a video. There was a 20-year retrospective on GTA 3 recently.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the development of GTA 3 specifically, or as a 25-year retrospective, sorry. and they were talking about the development of GTA 3, and they were talking about how they were able to render the city in real time, which at the time felt completely impossible, especially on PS2 hardware with, what was it, 64 megs of RAM, I think, or 32 megs of RAM?
Not enough.
No. But they did some real tricks, but they were like, but there was no way they could render all 3 islands at once. It was just impossible. They couldn't make any flying vehicles, completely impossible with the hardware. But then in that 1 year they were developing Vice City, they're like, no, we can do exactly that. And they managed to do it. So it was a step up from Vice City, but you can tell it is clearly just GTA 3 again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, engine wise anyway. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, most of the code base is just GTA 3 again. They did optimize a lot of their techniques from the first game to just make everything load faster, look bigger, even though it's really still technically the same engine.
Yeah.
The title was their most expensive development to date at that time, with a budget of around $5 million and a marketing budget of $13.2 million,
which is quaint as hell now.
Yeah, compared to what we've already seen spent on GTA 6, and that's not even out yet.
But I do imagine, and this is the upside to reusing so much of GTA 3, is I imagine most of that money went to paying the voice actors, because there's a notable cast that we'll get to later.
And the soundtrack.
And the soundtrack, too. Rights for the soundtrack as well.
Those are
because,
the 2 big things.
That's the upside to basically already having the game part of the game done, is you're just making skins and paying people.
Yep, basically.
Yeah.
So the design of Vice City was heavily influenced by, no surprise, Miami Vice, as well as movies like Scarface and Carlito's Way. I think you can feel all that influence pretty obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Again, much of the code was carried over, but the character and NPC animations were all unique, mostly. Some were based on old mobster movies that they were just modeling it based on what they saw on the screen. Yep. They also took recordings of Ray Liotta's recording sessions, because apparently when he was in the booth voicing Tommy Vercetti, he was actually acting out the scene as well. So they recorded all of it and then tried to model it in the game to match what he did, because they had Ray Liotta right there. You might as well.
All I can think in my head is Andrew came over and played it the other day with me, and we were taking turns, and he hadn't played Vice City in, if ever, many years.
Sure.
And I loaded it up, and he immediately just goes, he goes, "What's wrong with his legs?" Because he's got this weird bowed out walk, and his torso's all twisted sideways. And I'm just imagining you explaining to me Ray Liotta getting recorded and then modeling it, and Andrew being like, "What's wrong with his legs?"
I like to imagine that's just how he was in the booth, too. He was all bow-legged the whole time.
Jacked sideways.
He rode a horse over. They mentioned that Vice City had over 4 times as much recorded dialogue as GTA 3. It also included over 90 minutes of cutscenes, which you can tell when you start playing it.
Yes.
If you do the story, you can tell. If you don't do the story, you will never know.
Nope.
The game's soundtrack included more than 113 period-appropriate songs, which were later released on that 7-disc box set, which I also had. That was an excellent soundtrack box set.
So let's talk presentation.
Mm-hmm.
It's set in the 1980s, a million billion years ago.
16 years ago.
From time of release, yes.
Yep.
For people that never played it, it is a third-person, semi-realistic, like for the time, graphics. With
I would
like
say they were stylized even at the time.
A little bit, but they were also.
Like even the cover art always looked slightly cartoony until GTA 4. That's where I felt like they were really trying to go for a little more realistic look.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this. It doesn't look cartoony.
No, it's not animated, but it is stylized.
It does have that bright Miami Vice pastiche over the top of it.
Yep.
Lots of bikinis and Hawaiian shirts and orange sunsets and Ferraris.
Pastels. And
all that kind of shit that you would expect. The soundtrack is really the high point of the entire experience for me.
So good.
This is a very short list of some of the talent included.
Yeah.
Run DMC, 2 Live Crew, NXS, Lionel Richie, Michael Jackson, Motley Crue, Megadeth, Slayer, REO Speedwagon, Mr. Blondie, Corey Hart, Toto. There's a million other huge artists.
Kim Wilde, Duran Duran.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head, I'm trying to come up with more, but it was just a ton.
A ton. Also, lots of fake commercials, talk radio, DJ segments, lots of other silliness.
And some of that is on the soundtracks too.
audio-wise, this game is incredible. Such
Yes.
a treat.
Right.
Tonally, the humor in the game has aged a little poorly. I would say not
Yeah.
as bad as some stuff from the early 2000s,
Sure.
but it feels very like early South Park in its humor.
I could see that. It feels like South Park mixed with Scarface in its tone.
And so there are some, I'm just going to say, pretty offensive stereotypes in the game.
What?
There's some pretty offensive voices and phrases and things, and some characters are portrayed a certain way. Now, granted, the whole point is that everyone's a goofy stereotype.
Yes.
And I think
including the main character. And
including the main
every
character,
story
everyone
character.
is.
Yeah.
So your mileage may vary there. If that's something you're sensitive to, be aware of it. I think it kind of fits okay. I'll say this, in my playing for this show, there's only a handful of times that I was like, no, that's not all right.
It definitely has aged, but I feel like at the time it felt like they were trying to mock from a place of inclusion, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
It has aged poorly, but it didn't feel malicious outright.
No, it I would say it felt ignorant.
Yeah, tone deaf.
There were times ignorant and tone deaf, at times when you're like, hey, I don't think you're realizing like how hurtful or offensive this could be to certain groups.
Yeah.
I think their intent was it's all in good fun, but just be aware that it is that early South Park humor kind of stuff where you're like, I don't know about some of this.
Yeah, it's the same kind of humor you'd see in like an early Kevin Smith movie or something.
Yes, that's a great comparison where you're like, hey, this is great. Some of it's not aged awesome.
No.
Visually, the game looks decent. It's a little flat.
Mm-hmm.
On the PS2, the characters' fingers are fused together into kind of Barbie hands, and the frame rate can be rough.
Mm-hmm.
But the trade-off is very, very few loading screens for an open world game of this era. I mean, like going into and out of missions and loading the game for the first time is like the only load screens you hit, which is fucking wild.
Yeah, and even compared to GTA 3, there's far fewer loading screens. That's just incredibly impressive technologically for a PS2 game.
Now, granted, that upfront load screen's a little bit of a long one,
Yep.
but even then, not like egregiously long, just Grand Theft Auto long. You know?
And it should be noted that it's incredibly impressive until San Andreas comes out and kind of tops it in most of the technical aspects.
Oh, yeah. I mean, technically, San Andreas, even existing on the PS2 at all, is fucking insane. But before that existed, this was also insane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So let's talk gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, again, open world with a little bit of artificial gating for the other islands in Vice City.
Yeah. Until you get there in the story, and then you can go.
So it is open world, complete with little map points and mini games, and just like generally stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Control wise, it's third person with no camera control on PS2, which is a choice.
That's how it was at the time. We were still. You have to remember that PS1, early PS2 era, we were still trying to figure out if camera should be controlled and how. And that's the most awkward part about that era of gaming.
Yeah. The PS2 version of the game relies on a sort of like soft lock-on system that kind of guesses at who you're trying to target when you're attacking. You can lock targets. It also includes a first-person mode to aim some weapons. I mean, you can aim all of them with it, but some are really built for it, which is pretty jank feeling.
Yeah.
It switches your aiming stick. It makes your movement. It switches your movement stick to your aim stick, which I'm super not accustomed to, and I immediately fuck it up almost every time. On PC, the game uses mouse and keyboard, which feels nicer, but also means that using controller mods on the modded version of the PC game makes it feel less playable because there's no lock-on system.
Right.
So you end up in this situation where like it doesn't control awesome until you get into a car.
Yeah.
And when you're driving around in the game, it still feels great. It's still a lot of fun. Like all GTA games, it very much is revolved around stealing cars, purchasing items at stores, completing challenges peppered around the map, and then just kind of causing general mayhem.
I think the first week that I had the game, all my friend and I did in the game was try to launch cars into a river.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Like
What I love about
we found one little ramp right next to a bridge that if we hit it just right, we could get some really good air. And it was all about getting out of the car in time.
and the game's built for that. I mean, it's got the insane stunt challenges, so like you go off ramps and stuff, and there's a lot of stuff to do. Now, granted, I'll say this because like me and Andrew were playing it, and he's like, I'm just kind of bored of it, and I was like, yeah. Compared to like modern GTAs, modern open world games, it's not as engaging.
Right.
There's less obvious stuff going on. The world feels a little bit more sparse. You see a lot of repeat characters that I don't remember noticing so many of, and hear a lot of repeat voice lines.
Right.
But it's still a fun, good time to just sort of truck around and ramp cars off of stuff and steal cars and run over pedestrians and, do your GTA stuff.
Another thing that you may or may not have noticed, one of the ways that they were able to get the game to even run on a PS2 and fit everything into memory is once you are driving a car, that car is more likely to appear again.
Yes.
Because it only has so much space for cars in the RAM. So it'll take a selection of cars and keep populating those.
Yeah.
And if all of one of that model is gone out of memory, then it'll drop it and add a different one in. But the one that you are in always has to be in memory. Therefore, that car is everywhere.
It's funny because when we were kids, I remember we had learned that. And I remember we would discuss it. We'd be like, there's no way. We're just noticing it more because we're in it. And then eventually we came to the conclusion that like, no, when you're in a car, it gives you 1 million of that car.
Right. And it's not because they want you to have it. It's just that's the best way they could fit everything into the RAM.
Yeah. And the vehicle side of the game has aged pretty well. The on-foot gameplay has not. And it really wasn't good at the time. I'm just gonna say it. I know people are gonna be upset.
Yeah, it was pretty jank then too, but it was jank in an acceptable way at the time.
I'll talk more about that in the story segment. But let's talk side missions. There's a ton of these. There's vehicle-based side missions. So when you get into a vehicle, like a fire truck, you get firefighter missions and paramedic missions, pizza boy, taxi driver, vigilante missions where you chase down criminals in a cop car. And you can just get into a vehicle and activate those.
Yeah.
And they're fun. It's a fun time. It just gives you something to do. And whenever you find one of these vehicles, you can do those missions.
Yeah.
There's off-road challenges of various types. There's a shooting range. There's 100 hidden packages hidden around the city to just find in places.
Right.
It keeps the rampage system from the earlier GTAs where you'll find a little rampage thing. It gives you a gun and an objective. So it'll be like, burn 30 cop cars with a flamethrower in 2 minutes or whatever.
Right.
It's got RC Top Fun, which I don't fucking like the RC thing missions in this game. They suck. I hate them. Robberies, unique stunt jumps, street racing, so much shit packed into this game. And that's not even touching the story.
Right. Yeah, there's also a story.
Granted, a lot of this you need to be incentivized to do. Because I think the thing modern open world games have learned is that if you're going to give players side missions, you need to give them reasons they would
reward for
it. Reasons they would want to do it. And you can unlock some stuff, but it's not like huge things.
Right.
You're not like getting more health or anything like that. And even if you get some cool guns, cool weapons or something, as soon as you die, they go away at the hospital because apparently the hospital confiscates RPGs and brass knuckles and flamethrowers and stuff.
They have no sense of humor.
I know. It's like, dude, you can't take a joke. But all this to say, a lot of people were here for the story. And it has one, I think. I've never played a GTA story. I did do a bunch of missions in this. I didn't get all the way through it, but I did a good dozen missions or so. I did a bunch for the Cowboy Hat Man. I did a bunch for Luis Guzman.
Burt Reynolds was Cowboy Hat Man.
Burt Reynolds, yeah, that's who it was. We should talk cast. So Ray Liotta is our main character, Tommy Vercetti.
Yes.
I didn't put the whole cast. I just put names that I knew. Tom Sizemore is Sonny Forelli. Dennis Hopper is Steve Scott. Burt Reynolds is Avery Carrington. Luis Guzman is Ricardo Diaz. Danny Trejo as Humberto Robina. Fairuza Balk is in it as Mercedes.
Yeah, also William Fichtner is in there.
Yeah. There's a star-studded cast, even for the time.
Right.
It
was because of how well GTA 3 did. They basically had, their choice of talent.
Yeah, and the story is pretty. It's pretty like Scarface pastiche kind of stuff.
It's very rote as far as a mobster story.
Yeah, it doesn't get very deep. It's just kind of an excuse to interact with the various systems in Vice City. My problem is this. Because everything except for the car stuff just feels kind of jank, the missions are really hard when they feel like they shouldn't be, because the on-foot controls are not very precise or fun to interact with for me.
Were you playing the PC version mostly?
I did the PC version with mods, and I did the PS2 version for this show, and I bounced back and forth between them, and I just did not. It just like combat is really hard, especially melee combat. It like one of the first missions, you're fighting like 3 cooks in an alley.
I find combat hard in every game, so maybe I just didn't notice.
Maybe. It's just, it feels imprecise, feels weird. A lot of stuff you're trying to like destroy other cars while you're in a car.
Right.
And the way you do that is you hold the trigger and it turns your camera to the right or left, and then you fire with a circle.
Oh yeah, I do hate that.
And it's just very like, it's not
I also
awesome.
just hate any game that makes me aim ever.
It's just hard to do, and it makes the game feel hard, not because the missions are difficult, but because, like, it's hard to target the right person. It's hard to shoot from your car into another car. Just the controls just kind of aren't quite there yet. They work well enough, but not well enough to encourage me to go to really fight through missions I don't like.
I can say this. I never heard anyone complain about the controls in GTA 3 or Vice City back in the day. Like at the time, everybody was like, no, this is great. This is the future of gaming.
I remember being annoyed at the targeting system pretty frequently, but I don't remember it feeling quite as jank as it did this go around.
It's probably just, age doesn't help. And having played better games, or better controlled games, doesn't help.
So all this to say that like I got to a mission with Avery where I was having to fly an RC helicopter to drop bombs into barrels to blow up a building, and every time I went in there, I had to navigate up and down an enclosed stairwell with an RC helicopter while getting hit by construction workers with crowbars. And it was just really janky.
Yeah.
You know, and I know at the time this game was very lauded for its mission variety. And that was a big deal with these games. It was like, hey, you're not just shooting people. Like, you do all sorts of shit. You go get in golf carts, you go fly helicopters, you're doing RC planes, you do all kinds of stuff. And that was cool for the time. The variety was cool, but the variety also meant that it was novel. None of it feels incredible, though.
Right.
It just all worked pretty good. It was the variety show solution.
Yeah.
Which isn't to say anything is bad or terrible or anything like that, just that I did not feel incentivized anytime I played this or any of the GTAs or now to really hammer through the story. And I don't want to spoil what little I did see of the story, because maybe it gets deeper later and there's a lot of really fun voice performances. Like Luis Guzman in here is my favorite.
Yeah.
Because Luis Guzman feels like every time I see him, he just seems like such a nice, kind of soft-spoken sort of person.
Yeah.
And he plays a fucking asshole. And having Luis Guzman like call you a prick and shoot a shotgun at you is funny.
I do like that Burt Reynolds came back to play almost the exact same character in Saints Row the Third, but as himself.
It's just, I don't know. I've never clicked with the story in a GTA game. I've never loved playing through the missions. I'm always like, what I come to this game for is driving around, shooting at cop cars and doing crimes. And then you get to the missions, and it's a lot of talking, and it's all right, go over here and pick this person up and then drive them over here. And then you got to find this person and beat up their car with a bat. And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I've never finished the story in this game as many hours as I had put into it back in the day.
Yeah.
But I found myself enjoying the story of this one more than any of the other GTAs that I have tried. Especially the later ones. Like, I can barely get into the story in the later GTA games just because I end up feeling gross controlling the characters because they all feel like assholes.
Four I liked Nico in 4, but 4 also doesn't play awesome.
Yeah.
5, it's like they all just kind of seem awful. Franklin seems okay, but then the other two just seem like shithole
like
characters.
The guy in San Andreas, what was his name?
CJ?
CJ.
Yeah.
Like I didn't hate him.
Yeah, that's
but
true. I liked him.
I just felt so sad for all of the world around him that I couldn't appreciate the game story.
Yeah. Vice City does have a really like
it's
the story
stupid enough that I can enjoy it.
The story's it's still pretty like dark and gross, but the game itself feels so bright and colorful, despite the fact that it's blood and cocaine soaked, kind of like the real 80s.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I was looking into it though. Apparently, the Scarface game that came out a couple years after this uses the word fuck a lot more than this game.
Oh, I see. More fucks per hour in that one.
It actually still has the record of most instances of fuck in a video game.
I remember that coming out and people being like, oh man, Scarface game's going to be just like GTA, and then it wasn't. And everyone was like, no, fuck that game.
Yeah, apparently it's like 30,000 instances of fuck or something.
Oh my God.
Exactly. It's in the thousands. It's many, many instances.
So I don't know. I'm not... This is the game that you play for one of two reasons. Mm-hmm. You either want to truck around and put in a weapons cheat and blow up cars with an RPG, or you want the star-studded voice cast mission variety show. Those are the two packages on offer here.
Yeah.
And I'm surely the way the game wants you to play it clearly is you do one until you get bored, and then you do the other until you get frustrated, and then you bounce back and forth. That was how most people
I knew did it.
Yes. I just let other people play it until it was done, and then everything was unlocked, and then I just played their game.
That is an option, I guess.
So I don't want to sound like I'm shitting too hard. The story itself...
You should have asked your wife to finish the game.
There you go. The story itself is interesting enough. It's just the missions I'm not thrilled with, but I've never been thrilled with the missions in any GTA, so that's not special for me.
I like the missions in Saints Row, though. Those are stupid.
Those are fun and stupid. Although even those I get frustrated with. I can think of a few of them that I'm like, fuck this mission.
But Saints Row the Third, I can play through that entire game. It's just stupid the whole way through.
Its credit,
from through the airplane all the way to the end.
To its credit, a lot of the missions are optional, and very often you have multiple mission points unlocked at a time, so you can kind of pick and choose
your path. Exactly.
Yeah, so it is really open in that regard.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of stuff to do in between missions if you get bored of them.
There is. I'll say this aged better than I expected. I really expected to only play the PC version because it runs good on Steam Deck, and modding is real easy. You just it's just file copy.
Yeah.
I played a good amount of the PS2 version.
Yeah.
Coming straight from the PC version with widescreen turned on and like 90 FPS locked and all that, it feels it's a little hard going back to PS2, but the PS2 version is still very playable.
Yeah.
And I had a pretty good time with it.
That's what I ended up having to play for this, just because I could not get the PC version to play on my desktop without having to turn off a monitor or something, and it ended up being a whole janky mess.
I will say the PC version we're talking about is not available for sale.
Yeah, it's the delisted old version, because the new version's the definitive version that I'm not going to buy because I don't want to deal with whatever storefront bullshit that takes
fucking Rockstar launcher or whatever. But tell us about reception, because I think it was mildly positive.
Yeah, people mostly liked it. I got the current Metacritic average is 95 out of 100.
Holy shit.
Eurogamer and Game Informer both gave it a perfect 10 out of 10.
Yep.
GameSpot gave it a 9.6 out of 10. IGN gave it a 9.7 out of 10. It was hard to find bad reviews of it. There's similar reviews and praise for both the PC and Xbox ports later on. It was, slightly dinged just because of age. The game sold over 500,000 copies within 24 hours.
All at Saturn's store.
Most of them were at my register. There was over 1.4 million copies sold within 48 hours.
Yeah.
And then it was, at the time, the fastest selling game of all time, though it has since been surpassed. Rockstar reported over 17.5 million units sold across all platforms by March of 2008. 14.2 million of those were just the PS2 version, making it the third highest selling game on the PS2 behind San Andreas and Gran Turismo 3. In fact, if you look at the top 5 PS2 games sold of all time, they all are either Grand Theft Auto or Gran Turismo games, which makes it very confusing to read.
That section of the alphabet just dominated on the PS2.
Yeah, GT games were the winners on PS2.
Yeah. The GRAN alphabetical section.
Yes.
That's the place to go for PS2.
Grand T, that's the winner.
Let's talk legacy and controversy.
Mhm.
I'm going to let you cover this because I was 14. All I heard was the local news being like, "It's violent. It's making our kids violent."
Yeah, it was a thing. I remember me and my friends made fun of Jack Thompson a lot during this era.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very, very, very controversial. Working at a game store was really frustrating in this era because I had people come in and bitch me out, and I would be like, "I haven't even sold any copies today. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Why
I didn't make the game."
Right? I am just a guy who hits buttons on a register. What are you?
I do remember working at GameStop. There was a shocking amount of people that thought GameStop made the games.
Right, yeah.
And that we had say over what is in the games.
I had several people call me a pusher or a dealer for selling the game.
Oh.
And that I was corrupting children by selling it at all. And I'm like, I sell it to adults. If they provide it to children, that's on them.
Yeah, I was at GameStop during the hot coffee mod moment, and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, I was already out of games retail by then.
Yeah, I was I entered right when you left, I think is what we've discovered.
Yeah. So there was some protest from the Haitian Centers Council and Haitian Americans for Human Rights.
Mm-hmm.
There was also threats of litigation from then New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, and all of that ultimately led to Rockstar removing statements in the game that implied that Haitians were, quote, thugs, thieves, and drug dealers. Of course, that's still in the PS2 version because you can't remove that.
Yeah, implied is putting it lightly.
Yes.
It's
stated outright.
It's pretty heavy-handed. They're not nice. Yeah. They're not nice.
It's pretty fucked up. Anyway, also attorney Jack Thompson waged a war against the game and also its predecessor. And also Rockstar in general for many years. Yeah, generally games in general.
Yeah.
He just hated video games. And he said it was due to alleged connections between this game and real life violent crimes perpetrated by people who cited it as an inspiration. God, Jack Thompson was such a train wreck back then. Go find Penny Arcade's commentary on Jack Thompson. It makes the whole thing better.
More bearable anyway.
Yeah, at least more bearable. Also, I didn't know about this one because it happened many years later, but in 2017, the Psychic Readers Network sued Rockstar for copyright infringement over the similarities between the character of Auntie Poulet and their own character, Miss Cleo.
Oh my God.
You may or may not remember from commercials of the era where she would, say that you could call her 900 number and she would predict your future.
Call me
or
now.
Whatever.
Yeah, call me now, Miss Cleo. Which, if there's an amazing documentary about Miss Cleo, I forget what it's called, but I can't imagine there's a lot of documentaries about Miss Cleo. If you haven't seen it, so interesting. And
it should be noted that both Miss Cleo and Auntie Poulet are voiced by the same actress, Ure Harris. So Rockstar hired Miss Cleo, the actress, to play this character that is an XP for
The
Miss
issue
Cleo.
is I don't believe she owned the rights to Miss Cleo.
She did not own the rights to
I think that was the problem. She didn't own the character at all. And she sued for it, saying that this is me.
Right.
I don't remember. I got to watch the documentary again.
But so this particular lawsuit was settled out of court, I believe. But yeah, I didn't know that there was a beef between Miss Cleo and GTA Vice City.
Yeah.
Aside from all the controversies, the game did cement the series' popularity following the massive success of GTA 3. There was some talk before Vice City came out of, was GTA 3 going to be a one-hit wonder and all future games just kind of fizzle out? Nope, that didn't happen. Rockstar also released a direct sequel, Vice City Stories, on PSP and PS2 in 2006. And, of course, GTA 3 and Vice City have both been cited ad infinitum as some of the major inspirations of the shift towards open world games over the last 20 plus years now.
It's funny going back and playing so much of this because we go back and forth in the Matrix, and you and I go back and forth from time to time of
I do go back and forth in and out of the Matrix whenever I get woken up, really.
How much has game design really evolved since the PS2, since the PS3, since the PS4, since the whatever era, and playing open world games now, and then going back and playing Vice City or GTA 3. You can see where modern open world design came from.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see how it has evolved. And that's not to say it makes these games unplayable or outright bad or anything. The high moments of Vice City are still very high. And I guess this is getting into final thoughts, but the high moments of Vice City are very high.
Yeah.
Like driving around, listening to cool 80s music and ramping my fake Lamborghini over, pedestrians and landing on a cop car and exploding is still awesomely fun. But I did notice more seams this time around, a little bit more of like, in newer games, this would have been a little more refined, or
controls would have been a little more,
controls would have been better.
modernized.
Maybe they would have removed some of these missions that are a little jank to do or control, and really kind of focused in on the on foot running around aspects and the driving cars. And that's really kind of the two things we do. But this was that PS2 era when it was like, hey, GTA was at the forefront of the idea that like games don't have to be one thing.
Yeah.
You buy a game and it's not just this one type of gameplay or this one thing or this one style of gameplay. It can be this variety show, this kind of thing that you get to live in, instead of just being like, oh, it's a racing game. You only do racing. That's all that you do is you race the cars, and then you are not racing the cars, and then you turn it off. Now all of a sudden it's an RC helicopter simulator and a racing game and a ambulance game and a crime story, and
And it should be noted that it just so happened that it was this everything game also during the era when we were still trying to cement what controls were on a dual analog stick controller.
Yeah. You do feel that.
Yeah.
You do feel that. So final thoughts. I had a good time with it. It was fun.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pump 150 hours into it. I'm not going to play through every single mission or whatever, but I will still boot it up from time to time and drive a fake 80s supercar and listen to 80s tunes and shoot machine guns at helicopters.
Yeah. If I'm going to sit down and play a GTA, it's going to be Vice City. That's just where I'm at. But I think at this point I would rather play Saints Row the Third again.
Yeah.
Because it's so stupid.
And of course, Vice City is the one that it's been perpetually rumored to be getting remade for fucking since it came out. Now,
also, GTA 6 is heavily inspired by Vice City. It's supposed to take place in Vice City, isn't it?
That is what they say. Yeah, I've not followed much of it or watched much of it because
the color of the logo has those same pastels.
Yeah.
And the VI for 6 is supposedly, going to lead into Vice for Vice City.
I don't know. I'm not on the bandwagon for GTA 6.
Yeah, I don't really care.
I'm very concerned that it's going to be like, welcome, because I think what happened is Take-Two regrets not making GTA 5 more live service oriented.
Right.
Even though they literally split the game in half and half of it is a fucking live service game.
Yep.
I think they wanted, I don't think, this is my speculation now. I speculate that they don't want that split anymore. They're like, hey, we don't like that you can boot up GTA 5 and say, hey, I don't want to touch fucking any of that shit. I just want to play a single player game. I think that they're upset at that split, and they're going to do their best to break down that barrier and be like, oh, now instead of two experiences, it's all integrated into one thing. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
But if you want to relive some of the high points, Vice City, it's a good time.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good time. I think it's one of those games, and why it was so popular at the time, it was very much a game where you can find your fun.
Yeah.
Like me, I don't really want to do a bunch of missions. I just want to drive cars and cause mayhem, and I found my fun.
And listen to 80s music.
Yeah, that does help a lot. One reason I did keep going back to the PC version was the PS2 doesn't work on my surround system. So it's just on my front, but when I'm playing it on Steam Deck, docked on my TV, I get the full 5.1 surround sound experience.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, so that helps a lot. That does help a lot. I do wish that in the game Tommy had like a Walkman or something, so you could listen to the radio while you're little FM radio in his pocket or something.
Way too expensive.
Yeah, that's true. He could have stole one.
He doesn't have that kind of money.
Could have
He's an upstanding citizen, Justin.
And of course, the PS2 version still has Toto's Africa in it, which I think was
Yes.
yanked from other versions.
Yeah, I think a handful of songs were pulled from other versions.
Yeah, just a few, and from the soundtrack, I believe. Yeah.
That's just unfortunate. I think
Um,
it was on the soundtrack, wasn't it?
Africa,
It's been
no,
years
I
since
don't
I've
believe it
listened to the
is.
soundtrack.
No, I
No.
don't think so. I think it got yanked
No.
by the soundtrack.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Anyway, you know what's not been yanked is our Patreon. Patreon.com/Retro Warriors. You get uncut versions of this show. You can get read along, which I need to edit after this. It's that's I forgot about that. You can get Talking Wizards. We just had episode 200,
Yeah.
and it's a good time. You can
Have you
come.
recorded one since 200?
We have 201 in the can. It goes live next week. I try to make it go live on the nights we record.
You shouldn't put episodes in your can.
Look, I put them where I need to, okay?
Oh, okay.
It's where I keep my server. Now that you green fucked me, I got to keep everything wherever it
In your
goes.
Shove it up in there.
And we want to thank the following patrons for their kind donations, starting with Mike Rotondo,
And Frank Grimes,
Michael Winters,
Atreyu Wormwood,
/dev/pie.
Blast Hard Cheese. That one took me off guard.
EMD,
Not a bear in a man suit.
which is exactly what a bear would say.
Hmm.
No, wait, what a man would say. It's not a bear.
Oh,
Look,
right,
it's
right.
late.
Not a
High
bear.
Plains Drifter.
And bad dude's good.
That's correct, Saturn. Thank
No,
you
it's not.
for confirming this information for me. I'm going to clip that out. It's going to be my ringtone. It's just Saturn saying, bad dude's good. I'm going to take out the Marge Simpson noise he made before he said it, though. Yeah.
Just know that I'm always making Marge Simpson
Right,
noises.
just mild Marge Simpson noises at all times. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week. And as always, let us cling together.